I'm feeling so proud about what we have been doing, just not just in the industry, in women's life, because for me it's like super special right now that I can give like an inspiration for other people. Like, hey, you are watching this interview and you are there at home, but one day I was at my house, like just watching TV and looking for my motivation and my inspiration. So for me, it's really important to give that advice. Like, everybody can make it, everybody can do it. My father was my team, my completely team was just my father, and I'm here. So everybody can do it at home, you and everybody.
Everybody, just believe in yourself.
The net worth of Karol G and 5 facts you didn't know. Welcome, Billionaire Life Seekers. Today, it's going to be all about Karol G. As usual, stick to the end of this video for an exciting bonus fact. With that said, let's get into the video. Artist Karol G seemingly came out of nowhere and earned an impressive net worth of $8 million. But how? 10 years ago, hardly anyone had heard of Karol G. The reggaeton artist had a hard time getting labels to take her seriously at first, and it was a slow and difficult climb to the place she is today. Fortunately, with a handful of collaborations with both industry staple Nicky Jam and then up-and-coming name Ozuna, Karol finally made it on a global scale. A spot on a TV show, more collabs, this time with artists like Bad Bunny and J Balvin, and some business smarts led Karol G to begin amassing both a long list of hit songs and an impressive net worth to show for it. Her net worth may currently be half of Bad Bunny's, but Karol is well on her way to building up to compete with her co-collaborator. Here's how she made her $8 million and where she's going next. Who is the reggaeton artist Karol G? She's a minority of a minority, as a Colombian woman who mostly fits into the reggaeton genre. But Carolina Geraldo Navarro definitely carved out a place for herself and her music. She's been grinding for decades already, but it wasn't until 2017 that she really earned mainstream attention. After almost a full decade of working her way up, Karol G collaborated with Bad Bunny on Ayora Me Ama, and the rest is really history. Millions of YouTube hits later, Karol G is on her 3rd album and shows no signs of letting up. What is Karol G's net worth? Most sources agree that Karol G is worth an impressive $8 million, and considering that she didn't really start building her income until about 2017, that's an insane amount of cash. But how exactly did she earn it? In an unsurprising twist, Karol G pretty much made most of her cash through her music. The thing is, everybody knows album sales don't always amount to much. Fortunately for Karol, she's had multiple singles go platinum certified, and that means plenty of fans want to stream her tracks. In fact, even in 2018, when she'd only released a single album, Karol G already had 14 million monthly listeners on Spotify. Her songs had been streamed more than 119 million times, and that was before Karol won a bunch of music awards and put out her 2nd and 3rd albums. Clearly Ocean and KG0516 also added to Karol's pocketbook, especially the latter, as it's her newest release and is more star-studded than ever. There's also the fact that artists can earn from YouTube, and with millions of views on her music videos and her appearance on others' vids, it's likely that Karol's getting a cut of that cash. How much does Karol G get paid? It's likely that she's earning more this year than in any previous year. More on that later. But Karol G stands to earn somewhere around $480,000 per year, sources suggest. Yes, it's difficult to pinpoint specific numbers, especially because Karol apparently only made a few grand per month, all the way until mid-2017, when her music began to gain more lucrative traction. Projections suggest Karol may very well be raking in $50,000 to $140,000 per month throughout October 2021. Clearly, there's a significant margin for error, but it's not a shocking figure by any means. After all, she's already built a net worth of $8 million, and the only way to go now is up. How is Karol making money now? Now that she's put out some hot albums that climbed the charts and padded her pockets, how is Karol G making her money? She's not sitting around collecting royalties. In fact, she's planning to go on tour in 2021 with her newest album. Number 5, she likes to splurge. Everyone's guilty of having one thing that they always spend more money on than necessary. For Karol G, that thing is traveling. Karol isn't afraid to pay extra to make sure she has the best and most comfortable experience when she travels. She says, "What I really spend money on is finding a nice place to stay near the sea. When I go on trips, I like to have everything in one place." Someone to be in charge of the food, someone to keep things organized, and someone to attend us. I need the house to be awesome, by the water, with all the amenities I need. Number 4, she's not a newcomer. Even though it's only been 3 years since the release of her debut album, Karol has actually been in the industry for much longer. She got her start as a teenager when she appeared on the Colombian version of The X Factor. In 2014, she signed to Universal Music Latino. Number 3, massive following. While Karol G may not be a household name for many American music fans, her name rings bells in plenty of other households across the globe. On Instagram alone, Karol has over 30 million followers. That number is higher than many well-known American artists, such as Migos, Harry Styles, and Luke Bryan. Number 2, she wants to be a mom. Lots of people would probably assume that Karol's biggest dream is somehow tied to her career, but that isn't true. The thing she wants most out of life is to start her own family. She's excited to eventually become a mother, but says that she wants to make sure her career is in a good place so that she won't be forgotten when she steps away for a moment. Number 1, the Black Lives Matter post. She was recently called out for an insensitive Black Lives Matter post. At the height of the protests around the country, Karol G rubbed lots of people the wrong way when she used a photo of her black and white dog to send a message about Black Lives Matter. Many called the message tone-deaf and said it was a clear example of how out of touch Karol G is. She has since apologized and said it was never her intention to offend anyone or to be insensitive. That's all for today, but before we part, it's time for that promised bonus fact. Bonus fact, she's engaged. Not only has Karol had lots of success in her professional life, but things in her personal life are also going well. At the end of 2018, Karol G and Puerto Rican rapper Anuel AA confirmed they were in a relationship. The couple decided to take things to the next level in the spring of 2019 when they announced their engagement. Tell us about your favorite Karol G song. Let's connect in the comments below. We're always looking forward to hearing from you guys. Thanks for watching, Billionaire Life Seekers. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe the channel so that you're updated with all the new uploads. See you in the next video.